United Kingdom. In 2019, I was diagnosed of autoimmune disease, Scleroderma to be precise, where my skin was tightening up, I could barely lift my hands, I was having frequent falls, and it was just terrible. But I was on medications which I continued taking. Then in 2022, I made plans to relocate to the UK for studies, and on going for my TB test, they discovered that there's a lot of fluid around my heart, and my heart was massively enlarged. So, and further tests showed that I had an imminent cardiac tamponade, which means at any point I could just be walking around and suddenly drop dead. They decided to drain the fluid from my heart, and they drained about 1.7 liters of fluid. That was in Nigeria. That was in May 2022. And then in June, someone introduced me to NSPPD, and I just got completely hooked on NSPPD. And since then, I've not, missed any program. Then when I got to the UK, October 2022, I was rushed to the hospital by 5 days later because I was having severe chest pain. I couldn't breathe. So on getting there, they told me they did a lot of tests, and then I was told that the fluid had reaccumulated again. They continued doing because of my history of the autoimmune disease. They continued doing a lot of tests. So I was in the hospital for a very long time. While I was in the hospital, they drained about 500 mils of fluid again from my heart. In February 2023, I was rushed back in again because this time around, I could barely walk. I was so weak. I had lost a lot of weight. My health just kept going down. While I was in the hospital in February, at that point, it was really bad. I wasn't eating. I wasn't urinating fine. I was having acute kidney injury. My whole system was just, seemed like everything was shutting down, all alone in the hospital. So it was a difficult time of my life. I was told that I was going to take about 6 courses of chemotherapy because they weren't sure what else to do. That was just the only solution at this point, to just reduce the disease progression, which I agreed to. And then March 27, 2023, my word came: autoimmune disease being treated with chemotherapy reversed.
I don't know who you are. You have an autoimmune disease. You literally have to use chemotherapy. You are using chemo. You don't have cancer. But they said it's an autoimmune disease. If you are the one, put it on the live stream about the power that raised Jesus from the dead. Oh, you know, let it be reversed right now.
And I claimed it. May 8, autoimmune disease was mentioned again.
Oh, I just heard the Lord say, every autoimmune disease, it's been rolled away right now.
I claimed it. And then May 29, multiple sclerosis, which is also an autoimmune disease. Well, it wasn't my case, but then I still claimed it. At this point, they had further tests. They had further concluded that this could be autoimmune disease, Scleroderma, which now progressed to become diffuse systemic sclerosis, and then eventually they said I still had a mixed connective tissue disease and Dermatomyositis. Diagnoses were just being made because they weren't even sure of the exact thing that was going on. But then my immune system was really fighting itself. Another case was mentioned by Pastor Jerry.
I see all about written in front of me. Demato, Ribearasa, Alibarasa, Akora Barabasa. Let me spell it. Akorasa. I can't finish calling it. Rebea, DERMATOMYOSITIS. I don't know what that means. Whatever this is, if you are the one, put it on the live stream. Put it on the live stream about the power that raised Jesus from the dead. I command, let it be reversed.
And I claimed it, I prayed with it. During that period, my improvement just, was really fast. Everything was I was just getting better and better. Each time my word came, I would improve better. I was just getting by, doing much better than I initially entered, and the doctors were really impressed about my progress because they were surprised, like the way my recovery was really fast. It's unlike the usual cases. I was discharged from the hospital, and in October 2024, I did another echo scan and to find out what was going on with my heart, and to the glory of God, no more fluid, everything normal. Like, oh my God, Elroy showed me mercy. I am the one that Elroy showed.